What's going on, everybody? It's me, Mark, and I'm back again with another blurredography video. And today, me and my good buddy here, we're going to review Spider-Man No Way Home. So stay tuned to after the transition. So I'm here with my good buddy,
Marcel,
of Bubby Video, and we just big fans of the MCU. So I invite him to come on so I can get his opinions of it, and let's go into it. So first and foremost, absolutely 100% love this movie. It's not best movie. I mean, it has its issues that we're going to talk about in this video, but I absolutely love this movie. If you have not seen this movie, please stop watching this video and go watch this movie and come back, because we will be talking about spoilers. So this is your final spoiler warning. Spoilers. So with that, let's just get into it. Just give me your thoughts. Your overall thoughts. Like, just tell me.
I thought it was a good movie.
Okay.
One of the best Marvel movies. They're obviously one of the best Spider-Man movies, but definitely one of the best Marvel movies. Wasn't perfect, but nothing is. I thought it was great though. I mean, I think it lived up to the hype.
I did too.
It lived up to the hype. It was great.
All right, so let's just go into what we liked about the movie. It don't have to be in order of how it shot. Just go into what you liked about it, then we'll do what we didn't like about it.
I like how it starts right after the second movie.
I did like that.
Literally, where that end, this one, like the same shot starts on this one. I like the actors. I loved William Dafoe. William Dafoe is my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, mine too. Well,
I'll be honest with you.
Actually, I think I like Doc Ock a little bit more.
I like Doc Ock too, but William Dafoe was my favorite part. I liked him probably more than Andrew and Toby, to be honest with you.
Okay. So you just said it. I think one of my favorite parts of this whole movie was seeing the older versions of Spider-Man come in, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire respectively, from their Spider-Man franchises, to do a little sneak peek. And when the three Spider-Men are on screen, it's nothing but magic every time. Whether they're doing the little witty banner and talking about their web shooters and how that works, and just like the villains that they've had to face and things like that. I love that little Spider-Man coming together and just being Spider-Man type of thing. Also, and I will say this, because I was not a huge fan of the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies, I loved how he was acting in this. I loved the direction he was given, how he was, when he was on screen, he was definitely hands down the better Spider-Man.
He was.
And I'm like, I kind of want to see another movie with him just in it, and with like the MCU direction that they have for these characters. So I love that, and obviously, like I said, I love Doc Ock. And with that said, Jamie Foxx too. I love that they.
Jamie Foxx was cool. I liked his new rendition.
It was just Jamie Foxx with electrical powers.
But
still, that's what it should have been. Just let him come on screen and just be himself as Electro, and that made for
work better.
way better chemistry. I freaking love this movie. I love it a lot. Yeah. But it does have some flaws. What was some? It does
have some flaws.
I will let you start. You the guest in my house.
So this movie was great. So the flaws are kind of
nitpicky.
Well, sort of inside. So the major flaw of me was how they introduced Andrew and Toby. I was expecting something else. It was a little too on the nose for me. It was just like, oh, we in trouble. Let's call. I don't know. It was like I was expecting more of a surprise factor to it. I like how they did Andrew, but I thought them doing the exact same thing back to back to introduce Toby was kind of lazy. I feel like it could have been bigger or more surprising or something. Maybe he could have showed up at the final battle surprisingly or something, but it just was like random. Oh, there's Andrew. There's Toby too. It's like it's like, I don't know. I feel like it was a wasted surprise opportunity. Like the big moment we waited for. Two big moments to see the two Spider-Man, and y'all just waste them back. Like, it was only two. So the first one was great, but then you wasted right back, right after that with Toby. I just wanted a bigger surprise.
I feel you. I'm going into it because the internet likes to spoil everything. And I won't even say the internet spoiled it. This was what secretly was on every Spider-Man fan's wish list anyway. especially after Into the Spider-Verse came out in 2018. Doing a multiverse Spider-Man story. You tired? Yeah. Doing a multiverse Spider-Man story was just always on my wish list, and now that it happened, you're right. I kind of agree with you. They introduced Andrew first, and he got his little ovation, and then they immediately went behind and did the same thing, the same concept.
It was like
Toby.
I'm cool now. You know, the excitement is gone from how cool you introduced Andrew. You did the same thing with I don't know.
What would have been a good way to introduce at least one of the other Spider-Men, maybe not both, was since the villains were coming up in certain parts of the movie,
right?
You could have the other Spider-Man pop out and be fighting that villain. Everybody like, oh, Peter Parker Spider-Man fighting this weird villain, and then Tom Holland Spider-Man show up on the scene, and he's like, who's this other Spider-Man? That would have been kind of interesting.
That's what I thought was going to happen. Like I was expecting Toby like on the highway scene with Doc Ock.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking Toby was going to show up. Or not Toby, but maybe Andrew. And they kind of misdirect us. Like, you got Toby villain with Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland there. That would have made for a better introduction for those characters.
But that's really my only gripe with the movie.
I got some more.
Okay. What you got?
So let's talk about the villains. Particularly Sandman and the Lizard.
Yeah. I mean, it's so many characters, they can't all get shine, you know.
That's true, and in the case of Sandman and the Lizard, they weren't like the villains I was expecting them to bring back anyway. Even though we saw the trailer, we knew Sandman was going to be in it because of the final scene. Lizard, kind of not really, I guess. I don't know, I didn't watch all the trailers. But I'm like, I mean, you could have just brought back, like, you see that they was trying to do a Sinister Six type of thing. I was fine if you just left out the Lizard and Sandman and just let the other three villains shine. I like what Doc Ock did. He came in as the villain and the little Tony Stark moment, the tech suit moment, and he just that was funny. He just took over his tentacles and shit. That was kind of cool. And then Doc Ock becomes a hero throughout the story, and the main focus was kind of on him as far as the villains. Then Willem Dafoe, hands down. Loved his.
That's my favorite part.
Loved his acting. Loved everything he did. I have no notes, literally no notes. But that villain motivation scene in the condo, in Happy's condo, kind of was like, but y'all was there, y'all wanted this, and I get, they try and do the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing with Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. I got that, but like, how Electro all of a sudden, I don't like this, I'm gonna just take this off and
he was already questioning it. I thought he was gonna be the one to turn shit.
That's what I thought too, but he was already questioning. Doc Ock was like, I don't want to be changed, and then his chip burned out, so they fixed that, and I was suddenly, I'm an angel and I'm so nice and innocent and shit. And then Sandman, who just didn't care either way, not really.
I really didn't get his motivation.
Me neither.
What the fuck Sandman was doing?
Right, and then Lizard, the Lizard was in the van while everybody was in the condo, and then when shit started going down,
the Lizard never wanted to be fixed.
He never wanted to be fixed in the first place. He shouldn't have been there. That whole thing was just weird. Like
Spider-Man being so stupid to bring all them out of the
right.
But I guess the movie has to go forward. But
it has to. But they could have kind of did that at the Santorum place, right?
They really could have, yeah.
Because all you had to do was bring the machine that they used there, and the same shenanigans would have happened just in Doctor Strange house.
Yep.
I don't like the relationship between Happy and Aunt May. I just feel like it was a little unnecessary.
I mean, but it's been there since the first movie.
I know it's been there since the first movie, but I feel like they just put a little too much focus on it, especially with what happened with Aunt May at the end. I kind of rather had them tell J. Jonah Jameson's story instead, because he went from being in his basement and shooting on the green screen to being Fox News.
A big piece of this shit.
Right, and I'm like,
went from his basement to the studio.
Right, in like a couple of days. So I'm like, I get you broke the story and that was a big thing for your career, Spider-Man as Peter Parker. But show me some of that Daily Bugle blowing up to be the Fox News of the MCU.
I could have seen some more of that.
But yeah, that was my only real gripe about that. That's why I was like, I'm not happy with the Aunt May Happy thing, because all right, cool, they breaking up. You could have just had that one line and spent all that other screen time that they had together talking about that, working on J. Jonah Jameson.
I think some people like his character, the Happy.
I like Happy as a character. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't buy this ticket to see Spider-Man to watch 10 minutes of a relationship unfold. I just give me Spider-Man. That's what I came to see. Another thing, like, so the beginning of the movie, you know, they started the movie with Peter Parker, Spider-Man, and everybody like just, you know, filming him and shit. Then that one chick was like, "Oh, Spider-Man hit me! Spider-Man hit me!" I was like, "Okay, all right, that's too close to culture, to America right now." But then they go into the whole, "Oh, we need to get an MIT thing." I'm like, you could have just kept with the everybody hate / love Spider-Man thing and cut all the college shit out. I think. I mean, I guess it was that thing that tied their friendship together and whatever.
That was
but
cool. I liked it.
I'm just saying, give me one or the other. I'm more for the duality part where he was going into school and half the school hated him, the other half liked him and all that. I wanted more of that versus the, oh, we need to get to MIT and, you know, be friends forever and roommate together, you know.
I kind of like the progression of his character. I mean, I didn't want him to stay in high school forever.
I don't want him to stay in high school either. What I'm saying is it just kind of, because all that happening in the first 30 minutes of the movie, and it made for a slower setup. Because, like, once you get to the bridge scene, everything starts, the pace changes, and the movie just takes off from that point. But up until that point, it was like, okay, so he's just trying to get into MIT, I guess.
I thought the pacing for the movie was great.
Okay.
I thought it was great. It was a good paced movie. Like, before I knew it, we were on the bridge. Doc Ock shows up and shit. They cast the spell, like, right. I was sitting next to Jessica, and she was like, "Oh, damn, we already in it. Like, they already." All right. I thought it was pretty good pace.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess we can agree to disagree. I just
because right when I started to feel that way, they started casting. They like he met Doctor Strange to cast the spell and shit. I was like, okay, the movie getting moved. It's starting to move.
Okay. So since we talked about Doctor Strange, let's bring up that and talk about him as a character and his role in this film.
Oh man, Doctor Strange is my first or second favorite MCU character. So I love seeing Doctor Strange on screen at any time, man. I like now that he's more confident as a character. I think we'll definitely see it, obviously, in the sequel. Because so far we've only got like little cameos and
bits and pieces and
origin
right,
story.
Right. Well, his origin story. We had a whole movie about his origin.
Yeah, I know, and I'm tired. You know, Doctor Strange is such a powerful character. I'm not really interested in the origin story of him, especially if you don't do nothing like wild, crazy. But I'm happy to finally see a more confident Doctor Strange. Like, he knows he's Sorcerer Supreme and he can do damn near anything almost, you know.
Correction, he's not Sorcerer Supreme no more. Wong is.
Oh, that's right.
Wong is Sorcerer Supreme. Right. But I think he feels a little salty about that he got blipped for 5 years and Wong became Sorcerer Supreme.
He'll be back.
Yeah, I know he's gonna be back. But I'm with you. I love Doctor Strange in this. I didn't really get it until the end of the movie, and I started like just kind of thinking about the trilogy as a whole. But obviously, Doctor Strange is stepping in for Iron Man, playing the mentor role for Peter Parker, just being a shittier mentor, if that makes sense. And you know, he was in it just like how Iron Man was in Homecoming, and I guess Willem Dafoe and Mysterio in the second movie. He's taking on that mentor role. Ultimately, the first 3 movies with Spider-Man in it is Spider-Man with training wheels on, and by the end of the movie and how the movie resolves itself, they're like, all right, now you're gonna get Spider-Man in the MCU without the training wheels, without the mentors, without the fancy suits. You're gonna go back to classic Spider-Man being alone, being broke, and still having to be the world's best hero.
And no more damn tech suit shit.
You didn't like the tech suits?
I did not like the freaking tech suits. Like, dude, Spider-Man, just give him some cloth suits and a mask. Like, what's all this tech and kill mode engage? I'm like, dude, just swing some webs. Like, what's all this extra stuff?
I'm not gonna lie, like, some of those suits are good. Like,
they're cool, but it's not Spider-Man.
It's not
too much Iron Man influence going on.
But we're gonna get the just regular Spider-Man. Like, at the end of the movie, he put on the classic blue and red suit.
That's what I want to see.
And just went out.
Spider-Man. Not Iron Man's little brother, Spider-Man.
Yeah, I feel you. So, with that said about Doctor Strange, I know we talked about some of the other villains, but if you stay to the end of the movie, you get a special treat. Because I was sitting there in the beginning part of the movie before the movie started, like, we should definitely be seeing a Doctor Strange trailer. That does not make sense that we didn't get it at the beginning of the movie with the rest of the trailers. But then if you stay to after the credits, after the mid-credits scene, you get an end credits was basically a trailer for Doctor Strange 2
Basically.
Multiverse of Madness, and I cannot wait to see that movie.
I can't either. I'm more excited for that than maybe this movie, to be honest. Maybe.
I think it's gonna be good because I think Spider-Man's also gonna be in that one too.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. Well, I think they already
so.
said it that it's gonna be like how Doctor Strange was in this movie. It's supposed to be Spider-Man's gonna make a small.
Oh, I mean, I'm not mad at that.
Because technically, it's kind of Spider-Man's fault why Doctor Strange has to do Multiverse of Madness now anyway. But they're bringing in Scarlet Witch.
I'm tired of seeing her, so hopefully she's not like a big part.
I think she's gonna be a big part.
I think so too, but I'm kind of tired of her, to be honest with you.
Okay, I like I like Scarlet Witch, and I want to see more of her, especially in this type of movie where she needs Doctor Strange needs her help. And I like how they're tying in the Disney Plus series and making them canon, including WandaVision, and more importantly, What If, because ultimately the What If storyline from the Doctor Strange movie, from Doctor Strange 2, was in his What If episode. Tongue twister.
That was cool. I'm excited. It was a few things, because what was the character? I thought it was Shumagora, but it's Gigantor or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Why they make two characters that look exactly alike in the same universe? That don't make no sense. Why would they do that?
Comics.
Mordor's back.
Mordor's back.
I just saw Doctor Strange earlier today. Mordor's back and he looks cool. Yeah. Like he's been going through some things with some dreads.
Right, I agree.
He looks cool.
All right, cool. So I'm definitely excited about it. But with all that said, with what I like and what I didn't like, same thing with you. The movie did leave me with some questions, comments, and concerns. First thing I want to bring up, because it was never addressed after they did it, but you remember the Doctor Strange doing the astral projection thing on Peter, and then Peter
can still move.
Yeah, that was never explained. That was never fucking explained. And I'm sitting here scratching my head. Was like, how can he do that? Like, explain that.
I don't know.
And then how did Peter just like, oh, this feels awesome, but never do it again? I don't know. It was kind of weird. It was just weird.
It was weird.
It was weird.
I thought it was cool. It turned into a whole thing. Cause I was like, you're not finna run from Doctor Strange, Spider-Man. Like,
hold on.
Weird. Like,
there's something else I skipped. Now that we're talking about this, how in the hell does Spider-Man outsmart Doctor Strange and win in the Mirrorverse?
I did not like that. Because I'm a big fan of Doctor Strange, so I don't appreciate fucking Spider-Man outsmarting Doctor Strange.
I'll say this. Spider-Man is the most cunning superhero.
He is.
And he does use his brain a lot to take down bigger enemies and things like that. But I'm like, there's no way in hell math beat Doctor Strange. I'm sorry. He like, oh, this is just geometry, and I'm gonna do this trigonometry puzzle in my head, and I'm like, Doctor Strange, just do some this and make a magical spell and just stop him. Like, where are the Eye of Agamotto? Use something.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like,
I mean, it's cool though. If it was make a movie, just plot. Just gotta keep the movie going.
I'm just saying, cool. He went hand to hand with Thanos.
Yeah.
And you got outsmarted by Spider-Man. Right. I mean, a kid. You let a child outsmart you, and you're so whatever. Also, they could have had a Tom Holland and Gwen MCU show up. Since they did that whole Andrew Garfield, I lost my
man. I don't know why that scene was so like cool to me. I really like that scene when Andrew Garfield called MJ.
I thought MJ was gonna die. Like, I thought MJ was about to fucking die. As soon as that happened and Tom Holland went to go save her and then got pulled off, I was like, oh my god, please don't let Andrew Garfield jump down there and save her. And he did. And I was like, oh shit, she's about to die.
You thought they would kill MJ? Why would you think that?
Maybe it's the cynic in me. I kind of wanted to see that because I'm like, you killed your last girlfriend in that heartbreaking scene with the web reaching out with the hand.
Yeah, but they don't make those movies anymore.
I know. They don't make terrible movies. I know these got to keep going. I know. But I just said to myself, she's going to fucking die.
She's not going to die. Okay. I never at any point in that movie thought MJ was going to die.
Okay, all right. Maybe it was just...
Well, she's a likable character. Like, you didn't really feel connected to Gwen like that, though. Maybe individually, but as a whole, watching the audience, like...
No, I feel you. I'm more connected to this MJ.
And she was very MJ in this movie. She was... I can't think of the lady's name, man. Starts with a Z, but she was great. Zendaya. She was great in this movie. Like, I genuinely felt she cared. Like, she seemed like a freaking sweetheart. She seemed like an asshole at first. She's not an asshole, but you know those girls that, like, emotionless and, like kind of, like... You know what I mean? Kind of like a lot of like, you know, stereotypical girls sometimes.
Okay.
You know, like no emotions and shit.
Gotcha,
you know what I
gotcha,
mean?
gotcha.
Hiding their feelings. But this one, she really like opened up. I feel like, which made me like her more. She's, you know, seemed more open. She showed.
And
she
then at the
cared.
end, she was like, I'm closed up, and I don't know who Peter Parker Spider-Man is.
No, but I mean, she was still cool though.
Yeah, she was
Even
still
in
cool.
the donut shop, she was cool.
I will say this: all the actors and actresses in this movie, definitely everybody gave 110% except Sandman and Lizard. But everybody else gave 110%.
Yeah, I don't even think you saw Lizard or Sandman. The actual actors to like the end of
The
movie,
very end,
when they
right.
got cured, they're like just sitting there, and
And
you
then
finally
like-
see their face. You're like,
Right,
oh,
and they're like,
okay.
"Oh, you see my face," and now I'm disappeared off back into Sony. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Good riddance with them."
Yeah.
Oh, there was one more thing that kind of, I guess, rubbed me the wrong way, but because they haven't done it up until this point, I was just hoping they just wouldn't do it. The Aunt May great power comes great responsibility.
That was
scene.
great.
It was a great scene.
That was my
It was
favorite
very
scene.
emotional. It's the line delivery. I will say it was handled very well. Aunt May
I
giving
thought
the
it was
line.
well handled. To be honest with you.
And that whole death scene was great with her because it was a
Oh
fake
my
out.
God.
Like, oh my God, it was a fake out. Like, she got up and she was like, "Oh, Peter, you're hurt," all this and that. And she just fell out and just started bleeding out. I was like, oh my God.
That genuinely faked me out. I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't see her death coming. To be honest with you,
You did? Well,
I did not.
I
I was like, whoa, crap, this is crazy. That was, I want to say, that was my favorite scene of the movie. Like, don't get me wrong, Andrew and Toby coming back was great. However, social media and stuff kind of ruined it because I knew it was coming. So it is a little like, you know, I know it's coming. I'm just excited to see it show when it, you know, I'm just anticipating when it happens in the movie. So I know it's coming. So it takes away a little bit. But the best scene in the movie to me was it's like kind of two scenes technically. The condo to his ass whooping down to the bottom
Right,
with Aunt
right.
May and the police showing up. That was the best like sequence scene for me. Like that was so great. When William Dafoe changes from like wanting to help to the motherfucker
yeah,
that's
you know
gonna
what?
fuck shit up.
Yeah,
like, that
like
was
when his tingle went
amazing.
off and he just could not figure out what was wrong.
He was like, "What is going on?"
And then just like, and like, you got me, motherfucker, you got me. And I was like, oh shit, that was
shit
kind of slick.
amazing. Because even again, I didn't even see it coming. Like I knew the Spider-Man shit was coming, so I know it was amazing, but it takes away from it.
Right.
That shit was amazing, and then just he literally beat the shit out of Spider-Man. He in the scene, it was like a quick little sequence. He was like punching William Dafoe in the hall,
Yeah.
and like he was like hitting him, and then slowly, like after 2 hits, you saw William Dafoe smiling as he was punching him.
Yeah.
Like he'd bring his face back up, smile. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
It was amazing, man. He literally was beating spiders in the ass through that whole condo.
And then after that, just like, what was it he said? Everything has consequence. No, that's what Lizard said. He said something. Then the glider came in. I was like, oh fuck, he finna goddamn Tobey Maguire this motherfucker. And Aunt May get hit with the glider. I was like, oh, that's it. That's the end of Aunt May right there. You
I
don't.
thought so too. She got up and like
Yeah, she got
I was
up.
like, oh.
Yeah, but no, apparently that glider, 100% kill rate.
Yeah, apparently, man.
Apparently that glider is the most deadliest thing in the MCU
And
right
Tom
now.
Holland's such a great actor. Like,
Yeah,
I want to see him in other stuff. I'm not excited about Uncharted. Really,
I'm not.
but
I was about to say that. Like he is going to be in Uncharted, and
not
I
excited
saw
about
that, and I was like, no.
Tom Holland's such a great actor. Like when Aunt May died, I was feeling that shit. I was like, damn.
Again, I hate the great power comes great responsibility line, but everything else in that scene was fantastic. I agree. And the emotion, and then at the end of the movie, where Tom Holland's whooping goddamn Green Goblin's ass, and just all
I
that
wanted to see
anger
more
and
Green
hate
Goblin
and
whooping
fear.
Spider-Man's ass.
Yeah, I did want to see more of that.
I want to see more of that.
I did kind of want to just see more of the 3 Spider-Men just interacting and just kind of doing them.
I see, and that's why honestly, man, like I said earlier, that was the biggest letdown for me. The reveal of the 2 other Spider-Man, and then the pacing of it to me was just off. Because then you reveal them, then you go into like the science lab scene.
I like the science lab scene.
Didn't work for me. I mean, it was like all right, but
but I get it because like Spider-Man is a scientist. All
he
3
is.
of them are
However, we've
scientists.
never seen him be a scientist before this scene in 3 movies. But right.
Because
True.
that was taken over by Tony Stark in the suits and all that shit, so he didn't have to do that, I feel like. But the other two Spider-Men we have in their movies where they got on the lab coat and they doing their science thing with Tom Holland, not Tom Holland, with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
I mean, that's true. This is true. This is true. I'm just the pacing of it was a little off for me. And then to me, just personally, the end scene, just the big boss battle scene, like, oh, we're gonna fight. I don't know. To me, it's just kind of weak. I don't know. I wanted to see more like complexity or something, but it was like just the big Statue of Liberty scene. All three Spider-Man, all the villains. Because it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. Just them zipping through the damn poles and shit.
Right.
Dodging electric bolts and giant lizards. I don't know.
It was cool as shit.
It was okay.
I'll say this, because I said it last night after I saw the movie. This movie could have been two movies. They could have separated into the villains coming out and being revealed, and Spider-Man, Tom Holland getting his ass whooped. The second movie would be you reveal the other two Spider-Men, them having their antics and their things, and then they're learning how to work as a team, because they brought up that good point. Two of the Spider-Men are individuals who never worked on the team, and one of them was on the Avengers, who the other two Spider-Men have no clue of what is. Although that was kind of funny. I just really like that scene where they was just talking shit about all their movies and shit. And then Andrew Garfield was like, I'm just a loser. And I was like, yes,
That's
you are the
funny.
worst Spider-Man. You are the worst Spider-Man.
He's not the worst. Well, he is. There's nothing against him. He was great. The movie sucked.
Right, the movie sucked. His franchise was just the worst. And then there was like, okay, Tom Holland Spider-Man 1, and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2, and yeah, that was funny. I loved all that. But I just wanted to see more of them interacting. And I wish I kind of would have got a little Madam Web Easter egg somewhere. You know, that would have helped.
Oh, that's asking for a lot, but okay.
I'm just saying, because we did Spider-Verse, no Madam Web, and you did this, no Madam Web. You can't do a Spider-Man multiverse movie show without Madam Web. That's the whole stick.
They made two of them without her, so they can do it.
So I do hope they continue more with Tom Holland Spider-Man. I, again, hands down love this movie. This movie did change my ranking of the Spider-Man movies, so I really got to think about that and kind of come back with another video on it. Because I'm like, damn, Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man 2, and this one's No Way Home, kind of some really good Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Definitely some really good Spider-Man movies.
Into Spider-Verse 2 just got announced, so...
and you saw the trailer for it, right?
Yeah. So
okay.
I'm like, it might change again soon?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I don't think that movie's going to disappoint at all.
Come on. No.
So, Spider-Man.
My bad.
No, it's cool. So, yeah, this is my review of Spider-Man No Way Home with my good buddy Marcel. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed us and our little dumb banter. And don't forget to hit a like and leave a comment and let us know what your personal thoughts and opinions of the movies was. And please subscribe to the channel. I will have more future content, especially Doctor Strange 2, more con videos, more con vlogs, and more cosplay photo shoots coming up. So just stay tuned. He has a channel.
I do. The content Bebop.
Please subscribe. It's like me and him. Subscribe.
As soon as I can get it up, subscribe.
And I did I did an interview with him.
Yeah, come check it out on the content Bebop.
Yeah, on the content Bebop. I'm gonna put a link in the description to a channel that has no videos on it.
It'll be up by the time this video come out, right?
No, it won't.
Hopefully. Maybe.
Because this video is gonna be up by Monday. This movie's just left me wanting to see more. I'm sitting here. I've done nothing but for 24 hours think about this movie and just try to find as much information about it as I could. It was really good. That's why I
just wish the internet would shut the fuck up, because they ruined the big thing of the other two Spider-Man. So it just kind of lessened the surprise.
I agree.
Still surprising and exciting, but it just kind of lessened it.
I agree.
Imagine watching that movie not knowing that.
It still would have broke or something because their names are on the movie poster, so it would have still broke.
I wasn't paying attention to all that.
That's true. That's true.
Who looks at the posters?
I found it right.
So nobody would have imagine seeing this movie not knowing that. This movie would have been like even better.
You know, I can't even imagine a world that would exist where spoilers aren't a thing because of the internet. That's just kind of hard to conceive at this point. But there was a point where you could go to a movie and not be spoiled because nothing was spoiled for you. Even in the trailers, they wouldn't spoil the movie, but we don't live in that time anymore.
Yeah.
Unless you just don't have internet or don't watch TV or have friends who are interested in the same thing you are. You know, I'll say this.
All right.
As much as the fans, the community has gone to help fix these bigger movies, like the issue with Sonic and Sonic the Hedgehog and things like that, I feel like the community's also hurt itself because of the spoilers, because of leaks and things like that.
Yes, of course. People are crazy.
But I'm glad that Hollywood is also taking fan suggestions and making their movies better, because they realize if the fans are saying they want to see it, they're clearly going to pay to go see it. Let's just do it. That's how we got Spider-Man in MCU. If it wasn't for fans, just complaining about it.
Yeah.
To be honest, the MCU wouldn't be what it is now without Spider-Man.
Now that's a fact. What the heck would we be focusing on in the MCU without Spider-Man right now?
I'm sure they had a plan, because they had a plan before that. But before Civil War, Spider-Man, you would have. I don't know. I really don't know.
Maybe Captain America would be the focus. I mean, with Sam Wilson being,
Nah.
But his movie's not out yet, so maybe when he comes out, he'll become the new focus.
America don't like black people like that.
They starting to pretend like they do.
Yeah, pretend.